Hi guys, Amber here in a heat wave. Welcome to In Conversation with ATF. My guest today is a voice actor best known for voicing Nigel Thornberry in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, I think. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, you're going to know more about my resume probably than I am,
Oh, yeah.
because I haven't even seen. I'd say I've not seen about 90% of what I've done in animation. I just don't consume it. Yeah, but Nigel Thornberry, I remember because it was Tim Curry. I was replacing Tim Curry, and it was really fun. I had a great time doing it.
Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, about 10 years ago, Tim Curry had a stroke, which affected his ability to act, and he's now confined to a wheelchair, so he doesn't do a lot of stuff
Yeah,
anymore. So yeah,
yeah,
he
very
did really
tragic.
well. Yeah,
Well, thank you, thank
you're
you. Hopefully, it
welcome.
was a seamless transition. I hope so.
Yeah, you definitely sound a little bit like him. Yeah, I love how you put your own spin on it. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, good, good.
I guess is also the voice of Deadshot in Batman Gotham Knight, John F. Kennedy in Transformers Dark of the Moon, Genie in Disney Think Fast. What a class game. I need to play that. I haven't played that in years. I guess
Mm.
it's also been in stuff like Big Top Scooby-Doo, Superman the Animated Series, Ask the Storybots, and many, many, many more. I could say more, but we're only confined to half an hour, so that would take about 20 minutes of me saying all the roles. I guess is also the son of Marion Ross, who is Marion Cunningham in Happy Days. My guest is Jim Meskimen. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having me aboard.
Yeah. Is it Meskimen?
It is Meskimen, yeah.
Meskimen.
I
Okay.
think the theory is that it used to be Max Simmons and then it got altered somewhere along the way. So
Ah.
but I'm not sure exactly. People have asked me, is that a Finnish name? And I said, well, I'm not finished with it.
Oh, Jim. Well, it's lovely to have you here, and hopefully, in half an hour, we're gonna have a great time. We are
Yeah,
gonna have a
maybe
ball.
we can have a great time right now and
Yeah,
then
of course.
spread
Yeah.
it out over the half hour.
All right
Yeah.
then. In that
If we
case, I'm
wait till
like,
the end, it's too heartbreaking.
yeah. In that case, how are you?
I'm very well. Yeah, I'm good. I'm here in my booth. I just got a new vocal booth. So I had been living living in a 4x6, and now I've got a roomy 5 foot by 7 foot vocal booth to spend my time in. So it feels it feels like a brand new piece of real estate, small as it is.
Oh, yeah, I need to invest in a voiceover booth to be fair, because I
You
used to
do?
just stick a blanket over my head and just record my
Well, you'll graduate. You'll as you start to make more income. I mean, that's what happened to me as I started off. The reason I got it originally about 10, the one I had before about 10 or 11 years ago, maybe a bit longer, was to do a series of audiobooks, and I really needed to have one. And the company, Tantor Audio, at that time anyway, was helping narrators finance their own booths by working for them. So you would do a book, and they would count some of that money towards the down payment on your booth. So that's how I got my first one, just by working. And then I just upgraded. So after 10 years, I went, oh, a friend of mine said, hey, I've got this vocal booth I'm selling. It's 5x7. I'm like, oh, double walled. Oh, I was like, I can upgrade to that. And then I sold my old one to my daughter, who also does audiobooks. And
wow.
now
Yeah,
she doesn't have to wait in line for me to get out of the booth.
it's Taylor, right?
Taylor, yeah.
Taylor,
Taylor's
yeah.
award-winning narrator and also has done voices on Ask the Story Bots,
Oh
lots
wow.
of other stuff. Yeah.
Oh
So
wow, yeah. I looked up and it's 1990, around the same age as same year my sister was born. So yeah, it's kind of, it's like a close gap because with me and my sister, it's like a 13-year age gap. So she's
wow.
like 30, I'm only 18. So
Yeah, big
yeah.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Jim, I'd like to ask you, of course, you were the genie in Disney Think Fast. I have that game on the Wii. It's somewhere in my cupboard, somewhere, probably in the depths of the dark bits of my cupboard. But honestly, I genuinely thought it was Robin Williams doing it. You sounded
Oh
so
yeah.
much like him.
Oh, thank
I
you.
actually actually had me fooled, and I didn't see his name in the credits. I was like, what? And I looked up, it was you. Was like, oh.
Yes, yes. So I've had the honor to portray the Blue Genie for quite a while for Disney. They've been very kind, and I've been doing it for a number of years for various things, parades and ice shows and games like the one you mentioned. And it's a great honor. It's great fun. I have a good
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
yeah.
I always approach it with a lot of respect. He was still alive, of course, when I originally began doing voice, and he apparently approved, he had to approve the talent that would be taking over the role from a string of very talented people that had been doing that role. Dan Castellaneta, and then there was somebody else that did it for a little while. I've forgotten who it was. I just read about it. It surprised me. But
You got
there
me
have been a few of
thinking now.
us. But anyway, it doesn't happen that often anymore. It's not that the demand is low. It's just they probably have everything they need for the time being. But whenever I get a chance to do it, it's very special.
Yeah, indeed. You've got me thinking now, because I was talking. Now this is going to sound really unprofessional of me, but I can't remember, because I know who you're on about. I spoke to them the other day, and I've completely
okay.
forgot
Maybe
who
that's
it
where I found
was.
out about it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Why can't I find out who it was?
It'll come to us. It'll come to us. Was it Nick Jameson? It wasn't Nick Jameson, was it?
I think it
Might have been.
was.
Might have been my old friend
Oh
Nick
my
Jameson.
God, Nick, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. It was Nick. I did interview him, and he did say he was the genie at one point.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So that's Nick and I go back a long way. We did improv together a long time ago. He's a master, of course, musician and musical improviser, and just a uber talent.
Oh, that's so of you to say. I can't believe I didn't remember. I think it's because I've seen on like IMDb and stuff, and I haven't seen Nick's name anywhere. So I was like, I don't know what's happening. So yeah,
Somebody nicked his name, didn't they, from the IMDb?
Oh, words. But yeah, what a cool game. It was also because I played it because Magica Dispel was in the game, and just the genie describing Magica, I was like, oh my gosh. And of course they brought back June Frey as Magica. Did you ever meet June when you were working for the game? Or
I never worked with her, but I have met her. Yeah. Before she passed. Yeah. Yeah. I've met a lot of the greats. I didn't meet Dawes Butler, but I met oh my God. Of course I know Frank Welker, and
of course I do too.
Yeah, and a lot of greats. Fred Tatasciore is a good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people that you've interviewed on your show, which is why I consented to do it in the first place, because I figured, well, if they can get away with it and have a good time and not be too abused by a girl with mouse ears, then I think I'll give it a shot.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. They didn't say exactly when I ordered these what sort of ears they were. But I presume they're cat ears. I don't know.
It just
said headphones with ears. I was like, what kind of ears? You gotta specify. That's the things you gotta specify. Like you can say, like, for example, if you're having fries with sauce, what sauce are you having? You having ketchup? You having, I don't know, mustard? Yeah, a lot of people are gonna kill me for saying that. Yeah, so wow, I'm honored then. I'm honored. Thank you so much for agreeing to an interview with me then.
Of course. What else would you like to know?
I'd like to know about Nick All-Star Brawl. Now, when the cast list came out, obviously people saw that you were playing Nigel Thornberry. So right. I was wondering, how did that come about? Did you take inspiration from Tim Curry's performance, or what does it feel like stepping into his shoes?
Well, it felt, again, kind of like, I do a lot of sound alikes. I'm an impressionist, right? So I get tasked to do a lot of other people's voices. And generally, if they have passed away, you're trying to, or just are not able to perform, you're trying to, as much as possible, create that effect that they created. And it's never entirely possible to do, but you do your best. And each actor is so individual and has their own very special particular characteristics that we struggle to bring as much of it. Also, we're interpreting a little bit, how would they perform this thing that they never performed? So it's an interesting challenge, and so I'm always excited to do it, and I always do it with an eye towards preserving as much as possible the original actors' aesthetic sense, and as well as sound, so their viewpoint stuff. Then on the day, of course, you go to the studio and they direct you anyway they want. But in getting the job, I'm in a booth like this, and I'm trying my best. I'm listening, and I'm observing them, and I look sometimes at on YouTube for how they hold their face when they talk and what seems to be prominent in their expression. I try to learn as much as possible. And with a great actor like Tim Curry, who was so influential and iconic, I had some familiarity, but when I really started to dive deep and to see what he did with that character too, it's a whole nother thing. And I had to educate myself on very quickly in what he might do. And then, so I was excited by it. For me, it's fun. It's like a game. It's almost like some men play golf, and women too. They try to get a little golf ball way from over here all the way into a little hole. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take my equipment and create a performance that integrates with another expectation, another set of vibrations, if you will, and so that it lands and people go, that sounds like that guy. So it's fun.
Yeah, definitely. Well, congratulations on getting that role, because you're among the greats. As you said before, Frank Welker, he's a lovely guy. I always have to gush about him in all my interviews.
Oh yeah, everybody loves Frank. Yeah.
I do as well. I've met him in person once, virtually a few times, and we're meeting again this October in person. So
nice.
Yeah. So you've met Frank and worked with him and stuff. What's your favorite memory of working with him, or like outside the?
It's a story I've told before. But when I first met Frank, we were working on a show at Hanna-Barbera Studios, which no longer exists.
Yeah.
This would have been in the early 90s. And it was a Johnny Quest reboot.
Oh yeah, because they did reboot that, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to work at Hanna-Barbera Studios as a storyboard assistant.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just for about a summer. And I worked for the man that originated the Johnny Quest series, a guy named Doug Wildey.
Mm-hmm.
And Doug was a real character. He was like one of these cats in Top Cat. If you ever saw Top Cat, he was from New York and he had a great attitude and he always wore a little white fishing cap on his head. Anyway, he was a charming guy. I loved him. And so he had started Johnny Quest. Then years later, when I moved back to California after being away for years and studying painting and going to college and living in Spain, I moved back to LA and I got a job because I could do Russian accent. So I got a job doing submarine commander voice for Johnny Quest show, particular episode. And in this episode, it starts off with a bunch of Russians capturing whales, beluga whales, which are those big, not so big, but they're like shark-sized, big, bulbous, white, beautiful albino kind of whales.
Yeah, I can picture one in my head right now, just thinking about it.
Yeah, you get the picture, like an interesting sound. Anyway, in the script, right in the beginning, the first couple of pages, it said, a mother beluga whale and her young are struggling in the nets. The mother breaks free, but the young beluga whales are still in the nets, calling out to their mother. So we all knew in the cast, we had a whole room full of actors, terrific actors there, and we all knew that Frank Welker was responsible for creating the sound, the dialogue, if you will, of these beluga whales. So we all just kind of looked at Frank and went, okay, let's hear the beluga whales. And by golly, he did it. He created the vocal effect of young beluga whales trapped in a net, calling out to their mother. And we all went, there you go. Aww. Drop the mic. That was amazing.
Indeed, yeah. Every time someone mentions a Frank story to me and they start off by saying, well, in this script, that was like, let's say, for example, there was a fish who was on land. I was like, I think I know where this is going. Let me guess. Frank voices the fish, and then suddenly the whole student person's laughed at, and they're like, yeah. I'm like,
that is, yeah, it happens every day. I think it just shows tremendous confidence, courage, and skill to go, whatever a script has. If it has an animal in any kind of emotion, any kind of condition, it can talk, it can't talk, young, old animal, a clam, whatever, I can do it. And to just go in with that kind of confidence and go, yeah, what do we got? Oh, it's a hippopotamus that has a sore tooth. Let me handle that. Let me take care of that for you. A llama that is, talking to a telemarketer and is very upset but doesn't use words. Okay, let me just do it here. Start rolling tape. And that's Frank Welker. He has that confidence.
Hold on, everyone. No one else audition.
Yeah. Everyone relax.
Call Frank Welker.
He's called
The
Frank
Animal
Welker.
Man. Oh man, yeah. And you've worked with him on modern stuff as well, like Big Top Big Top Scooby-Doo as well.
Yeah, and we weren't in the room together on that one. I haven't been in the room with many actors for a long time, but we did do a series together where we did meet every week or so, and that was Scooby-Doo Get a Clue, which was a series.
Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue.
Yeah,
Yeah, Scott Menville was on that. He was Shaggy.
Oh yeah, Scotty Menville, good friend of mine, played Scooby, and Jeff Bennett was in it. It was amazing, and Frank, and oh man, who else was in it? Terrific performers, all. Wonderful time. And I played Robi the robot, and Kelly Ward directed it, and one of those auditions that
I love Kelly Ward. Right,
oh yeah,
I've got to
Kelly's awesome.
I've got to tell you this, right? He's only done one convention appearance in the world, and that was in England in May. Yeah.
Wow.
And he doesn't do conventions, but this was like a Greece screening because he was putty in Greece.
Oh yeah, right.
And I may or may not have gone and met him. To be fair, yeah. I might not. I might have. I may or may not have got my picture taken with him. But
there he is. Really see it, That's my friend, Billy Ward.
He's so great. He's got his
hair greased back. Nice.
Yeah, the panel was just absolutely amazing. It's so cool because the amount of people I spoke to. Do you know who April Winchell is?
I do, in fact. Yes.
April Winchell's daughter. Yeah. I spoke to her. I did an interview with her, and she said it about a few hours before she had done a session with Kelly Ward. I was like, oh wow, what a coincidence. I was like, you gotta tell him I said hi because I miss him dearly. I want him to come back to England. And like, it's just so weird just meeting him at his first convention, whereas like everyone else has met him in the studio or like at work or anything like that, but me, no, I met him at a freaking convention. Like, I think that was a 1 in a million chance, and I'm glad I got that chance.
Me too. That's great. Yeah, he's a lovely guy to work with, a wonderful director, terrific actor himself. And crazy about Kelly.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a lovely story. Yeah.
Well, it's nice. You mentioned being in the room with people, and of course, we've been very separated. There are still shows, I think, where they do get more than one actor in the booth, but a lot of us are working from home. And it's less frequent that we have the experience of being in a room, but when we do, it's a whole lot of fun because it's a very social art form, actually, acting, and which is why I got into it and why I decided not to become a painter illustrator, which was the direction I was going in. But I wanted to have a more, ironically, a more social art form that occupied my career, and now it's gone the other way. So I think I'd have a more social time if I went out. Like last weekend, I actually did a live painting at a venue here in Hollywood where my daughter was singing, and she was among a lot of people that were singing Stevie Wonder songs. It was a night a tribute to Stevie Wonder, and so I did it's the second time I've done this. I did a live painting, pretty large, of Stevie Wonder. And it was auctioned off then for the charity, the Electric Moon Foundation, which provides musical instruments and instruction to disadvantaged kids. And anyway, that was a very social night. And I got to paint and be among people and listen to some great music, including my terrific daughter singing.
You're a great man, Jim. I tell you that now. Yeah, definitely. I do art as well.
Nice.
I have a ton of my paintings are in the spare room, but they were really for like school and stuff because I did them for my final year of high school because we do GCSEs, which is like a general certificate of secondary education, basically what you need to get a job or to get into college or anything like that. I did art and I think I got an A. So yeah, just doing art is like my favorite thing. And I have something down here I would like to show you.
Okay.
Yeah, I might as well show you now.
You might as well show me now. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed, because he's not going to watch this. I'll tell you who it is in a minute. Okay, so you know how I'm meeting Frank Welker in Edinburgh? Well, I'm kind of doing art for him. Yeah, maybe. I can't really see, but...
I can't really see it.
Let me put the screen for it. You might be able to see it there.
Ah, there we go. There we go. Oh, that looks like a lot of characters. Are these all Frank Welker
Yeah,
characters?
yeah.
Oh, nice. And are you going to paint it with?
I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna add more characters as well. It's not finished, but
Okay.
it's to give to him in
Good for
Edinburgh.
you.
So,
Good for you. That's
oh,
nice. He's going to be very thrilled.
I know. I can't wait to see his reaction. Like, oh
Yeah.
man, just thinking about it now. About 80 something days till I meet him in Edinburgh. I can't believe that. Yeah.
Have you
So,
been to Edinburgh many times?
no, I've never been. I've never been to
Oh,
Scotland.
it's a lovely town. I've been there only one time for the Fringe Festival. One time, it was fantastic.
Oh wow! Oh, that's so cool. I look forward to get. I'm not going into Edinburgh itself. It's on the outskirts near Edinburgh Airport, so it's like 10 minutes away from the city of Edinburgh.
Oh, okay. Well, don't miss going to the city.
I'll try
You
not
must
to.
go.
If
You
not,
must
I'll
go.
definitely go again.
It's so
Definitely.
beautiful, and the airport area is not. So
It's an airport,
I remember the airport area. It's an airport area, but go into Edinburgh. You don't be that close and miss it. It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah, if not, I'll definitely go again. Definitely. Jim, we've only got a few more minutes left,
Oh,
so
no.
I'd like to round it off with a few more questions, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'd like to ask you. I mean, you're the son of Marianne Ross.
True.
So she was in Happy Days.
Yeah.
Did you grow up watching Happy Days, seeing your
Oh,
mom on
absolutely.
screen?
I watched it. It was, there were 3 channels. So on Tuesday nights, everybody was tuned into ABC. Sometimes 10, 15 million people would watch the show. I was one of them. And then when I was old enough to drive down to Paramount Studios, I would drive there and watch them tape on Friday nights. And that was very exciting.
Oh wow! Have you met Henry Winkler?
Many, many times. More times
Oh
yeah.
wow!
I met him when I was about 14. So we've known each other a while.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, because when did Happy Days start? Was it like the 70s?
Yeah, 70, 72, 73, something like that.
Yeah, then went on to like the mid 80s, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, I ran 11 seasons. Yeah.
Wow. So what inspired you to get into the business? Did you want to follow in your mum's footsteps, or did you sort of have a different
Well, it took me a
approach
while
when
to
it
figure
comes
it
to
out.
voice acting?
It took me a while to figure it out. As you know, as I mentioned, rather, I was an artist. I was interested in painting and drawing, like you are, and cartooning, and I like to draw like Mad Magazine, and I always felt like I could paint. So I started to go down that path, but I also felt like a need to perform and an interest in performing live and doing voices and impressions and creating characters and stuff like that. So I eventually sorted it out. It took quite a while. I was in my 20s when it finally became quite clear to me that I should pursue being an actor. So I was living in Spain, and I moved to New York City, and I got started there. But I think everybody has to approach it from their own personal desires and needs, and what I call really a spiritual need to create and perform. And I think it's worked out very well. I'm very pleased with the way it's gone. I've been an actor for 35 years. I've been in big movies and TV shows, and a lot of different projects, including a lot of animation, as you mentioned so kindly, video games as well. So it's been a very fun career, and I still feel like I have so much more to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're an icon. Like you're lots of people's childhoods. Like I feel honored just like being in the same Zoom call as you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
The honor is
Mine too, if that makes sense. I don't really know how the saying goes.
yours, and it's mine, and it's yours
Yeah,
too, and it's mine
yeah,
too, and it's yours too.
yeah. Of
Yeah.
course, yeah. Have you visited England before?
I have many times. Yeah, I
Have
like England a lot. Yeah, I'm very enamored of your country and your countrymen. It's a splendid place. I would go at the drop of a hat. Any
Oh,
invitation will be met with complete positivity.
it'd be lovely to meet you over here if you ever do a convention or if you come to Liverpool or anything like that,
Yeah, I've
definitely.
never been to Liverpool. My wife has. She's traveled up there and done the whole Beatle tour and stuff, but I've not been
Oh,
there. I've
wow.
been to London a few times, and I love London a lot. And I've been down to Sussex a few times. I've been to Cornwall as well,
That's beautiful.
which is beautiful out there. And
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Cornwall again. That's a beautiful part of the world, isn't it?
Ah, yeah. Wow, you got the accent as well. Oh, wow. So that wasn't the only souvenir that you brought back.
That's right.
Yeah, you
Right.
brought
No,
back a few gifts
love
and
to
an
go and
accent.
yeah, I'd love to go there and study all the accents and know the people a bit. It's a great country. The UK, the whole UK is fantastic. I've been to Ireland, I've been to Edinburgh, and
Have you
love
been
to
to
go back.
Wales?
Not been to Wales yet. No, we haven't been.
Oh.
But I'd love to go. I'd love to go to Wales.
Wow.
Right, Sir Anthony Hopkins is from Wales, and I admire him greatly.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, what's your Scottish accent like? I want to hear it.
Well, you'll have to judge for yourself, but as I have a slight Scottish background, it's not the worst in the world, let's say.
Oh
There are
wow.
there are significant fine points to it, I suppose.
How about
But
how about
what's up?
Irish?
What about Irish then? Well, so Irish as well. On my mother's side, that I have a lot of Ireland. So, and I admire greatly the Irish actors and the Irish playwrights as well. So I spent a small amount of time there, and mostly when I was there, I was with a lot of Germans, so it doesn't really count.
Wow, I'm impressed, Jim. I'm really impressed.
Yeah,
Wow, good
thanks.
on you. You're a really talented guy.
Thank you. I'll do an Aussie as well. I'm trying to master all the different permutations of the English language if I can, particularly the ones that are sort of attractive and popular and fun to do.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Wow, what a lovely way to round off this interview, Jim. Thank you so much for being on my show.
Yes, and I just want to mention that if anybody's interested in becoming a voice actor or an actor with a career and keeping a career going, I have online courses that I'd love to invite your listeners and your viewers to, and you can find out about it at jimworkingactor.com. Jimworkingactor.com.
Cool. Is there any other social media pages or your website you
Oh
want to
yeah,
promote?
I'm on TikTok.
Oh, you're on TikTok.
Jim
Oh, nice.
Meskimen on TikTok. Yeah, we're kind of on fire right now. So
Oh, what's your
we're
name? I'll
doing a
follow
lot
you
of
now.
impressions and things. Please do. Yeah, I think it's at Jim Meskimen.
Found you.
Found it.
Oh wow, 72K. Wow. Oh wow, I've just followed you. You'll probably
Thank
see
you.
the Lambelia coming into your feed. There I am. My profile photo is with Kelly Ward, so you can't miss me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'll follow you back.
Thank you. I'm gonna do a fake outro now, and then I'm probably gonna say goodbye to you if that's okay, Jim. So don't go anywhere for the next 2-3 minutes. Okay. To you guys at home, thank you so much for watching this interview with the wonderful Jim Meskimen. We hope you had a great time listening or watching, or however you may have viewed this podcast episode. So I want to ask you, just stay safe, stay happy, be kind to yourself in these troubling times, and stay happy. Just keep yourself going. You need it. You know, this is something we can get. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you around. Bye, and cut.